everyone, it's Christy here from Sweet Girl Designs. I'm back with my December daily process videos. This is for December 11th, 12th, and 13th. I'm starting here with December 11th. This is actually going to be a 2-page spread just because we had two kind of big events happening on this day. Most of my December daily, my goal, so that it wasn't like too overwhelming or too fat of an album, was to focus on one story or one event for each day. But in this case, I went with two. So the first part of it, I'm doing the 6x8 page protector just because I had the 6x8 photo from December 10th. And I'm just going to use some Instax photos on there just to kind of fill in the space a bit, and as well as my journaling. And so I just am using up some scraps from from all my Snow and Cocoa stuff, and piecing together two pattern papers here, one with the craft polka dot and then this nice turquoise snowflake. And so I just adhere those down to make the 6x8. And I wanted to do a bit of a cluster of embellishments, and so I stapled down that acetate piece onto the paper there. You can't really see it all that well, but it's there, and it just adds some extra texture and interest. And then I added a die cut snowflake from the ephemera pack along with this cute little birdie, which is really cute. And then I'm also bringing in the snowflake from the sticker sheet. So I just kind of created a cluster of a lot of snowflakes and the little birdie, just to bring in some pinks and turquoises throughout the layout. Now I'm just choosing my paper for the opposite side, and I believe, now I can't remember. Well, I have it, I do, yeah, I left it. Oh gosh. Okay, so I have the filler card here on the left, and I'm thinking that I probably should switch it to that other pocket just so that it's not so embellishment heavy there, but I haven't yet done that. I'm using this really pretty sweater patterned paper, which is probably my favorite in the entire collection. And then I pulled out this Jolly tag from my stash. I actually got this last year from Alexandria Goodman. She's on Instagram, and she's really inspiring and does awesome projects, but she is also Canadian and lives not too far from me, and she sent me a bunch of these tags last year around Christmas time saying jolly, Christmas, love. So I have a ton of those, and I thought the craft worked really well with that polka dotted paper there on the left. So I just create a little bit of a cluster. I backed the die cut tag with some white scraps that I had laying around just so that you could really see the heart and the word jolly. Added a sticker tree and then some heart glitter stickers that I got from Studio Calico. And I added one of the hearts to the top of the tree. I thought that was super cute. And now I'm just adding a bit of a cluster of scraps and tiny word stickers that say family and all together, just to bring in some more interest to that one photo. So I've printed out some extra photos from this event using my Instax. These photos are from a Christmas party that my husband's work hosted. It was a children's Christmas party. And so the two photos on the right-hand side are photos that myself or my husband took on that day. And then these Instax photos were actually photos that we were sent later on that a photographer had taken at the event and had sent us like the link to. So I had already printed out my photos before receiving the photographer's photos, and so I had some extra space there at the bottom, and I thought, perfect, I can incorporate some of those. So I chose to use the Instax just out of ease, I guess, and it was just simpler to do than to send them away, and I really like the way that it looks. All right, so that was the first event for December 11th, and now we're on to the second event. This is later in the evening. My parents came over for dinner. My mom brought a bunch of Christmas baking and a gingerbread house, so just spending some quality time with them. I trimmed down that bird and house paper. I really wanted to include that kind of more blue bird in the paper, so I kind of trimmed it out purposefully, including that little guy, because I wanted to use this little die cut piece that says, "If snowflakes were kisses, I would send you a blizzard." Which I just cut out from the cut apart sheet. And then I was going to cluster all these little scraps onto a piece of white cardstock, but decided just to use the backing of the card from the previous day, or the previous spread from December 11th. So I just clustered a whole bunch of scraps there just to bring in some of the colors from the bird and house paper, adding a little snowflakey star chipboard piece from the chipboard sheet, some puffy stickers just to add some more interest, and more like snowflakey type embellishments along with that word burr. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this side. I was planning on leaving that bird paper plain just somewhere to kind of rest your eye a little bit, but I do add a little bit of something to it a little bit later on just to balance out the layout. So sorry I'm a little bit off camera. I didn't really realize how zoomed in I was until a little bit later on, but you're in frame now, which is good. So I'm just going to create another cluster of the tiny word stickers. I have a ton of tiny word stickers, either from the Snow and Cocoa collection. I love that sticker sheet of all the words and phrases. And then I bought a bunch of phrases and words from Pretty Little Studio, so I want to kind of use those up as well. But I decided I would finally dig into these kind of circle words on the 6x12 sticker sheet. And so I chose this one that says chill, because it's a picture of my mom and my daughter Adeline just kind of chilling on the couch and hanging out. And I also chose that ephemera piece that's about the kisses with that photo as well. And now we're on to the right hand side. This is the last photo and page for December 11th. And I just went through the 6x6 paper pad and decided to choose this pink one with the polka dots. I really like this pattern and the colors, and it kind of matches the house there and some of the pinks that I used on the left hand side. Just layering up some more scraps here and an ephemera piece that says snowmen, mittens, hot cocoa, and happiness. Doesn't really have anything to do with what they're doing, but the happiness, I guess, works. And yeah, I just thought it was pretty cute. Added another birdie just to tie in the birds from the 3x4 card there, and I really like the way that looks. And when I originally gathered my supplies for December Daily, I had pulled out some enamel dots, not too many. I didn't have too many that was matching, so just kind of used up some random enamel dots there just to add some extra interest and texture. And then to fill the space above my journaling, I used some of these glitter snowflakes from the Snow and Cocoa collection, and then I decided to bring those in on the 3x4 card as well, just to add a little bit more embellishment and cohesiveness between the two sides. And that is pretty much it for December 11th. I'm just adding some puffy stickers just because I used them on the left as well, so I wanted to bring them into the right. Alrighty, now we're on to December 12th and 13th. These guys should be pretty quick. It's just one page protector for each day and one photo for each day. So for December 12th, I just laid out all of the Christmas movies that we own, or movies that make me think of Christmas or kind of feature Christmas. And I just laid them out. I had seen this done on Instagram and maybe some other Facebook groups and things, and I loved the way it looked. I feel like people really step up their photography game during December Daily. So I thought I would try it. I like the way it looks. That's all the movies that I brought out, so just those 7. I wish I had a few more so that you could kind of see a few more movies and kind of fill the photo a little bit more, but I do like the way it looks. So the journaling on this page is about me watching Love Actually while the girls napped. So on this day, I watched that movie during their afternoon nap, and I absolutely love that movie. It's one of my favorites of all time. And so I kind of just journaled about how I watch that movie at Christmas time, and that there's other movies that we just love to watch during the holiday season. And some movies, like I had pictured Harry Potter, the first Harry Potter. You know, we watch that year round, but we enjoy watching it at Christmas time too. So I just took some scraps and I picked this house chipboard piece because we're hanging out at the house and, you know, just hanging out and chilling. So I picked some appropriate tiny words, stickers, and phrases, and I chose this Love Christmas one, which has the red. I don't love the pairing of the red and the pink, but I thought the red tied in really nice to the red in the photo that you can see like on the actual Love Actually DVD, and the Elf DVD and some of the others are featuring red, so I just decided to include it. And then another XOXO sticker, which is red in the bottom left corner there. Alrighty, so now we're on to the 13th, and this day we just hung out at home. Both the girls were kind of getting over a cold, and so we just hung out at the house and stayed in our pajamas. And I just love these photos so much, especially that top one of Adeline. So we were just hanging out at the kitchen table, and Nora decided to put this hat on Adeline, and I just love it. So yeah. Alright, I decided to bring in this graphic black and white pattern because I used it on the left hand side as one of my scraps, and then I pieced together 2 other papers that I used on the left hand side as well, and I just used some washi tape to connect the 2, and then layered some journaling on top of that. Ideally, I would have loved to leave the black washi strip blank, but my journaling was just too much. And then I added a snowman sticker from the sticker sheet, and I'm using this flare that was just in my stash. Using my circle punch, I cut out some of the wood grain just because I used some of the wood grain on the opposite page and wanted to bring that in. And I thought because the snowman was kind of circular and the flare was circular that I would use my circle punch to cut out a circle. Brought in a red accent piece there with the chipboard star just because I used red on the opposite side as well. And then I felt like channeling my inner Allie Edwards and adding a star glitter star there to the top of that journaling card. So now all my page protectors are back in the album, and I'm just flipping through. Decided to add some more tiny word stickers to this photo. Like I said, I just have so many tiny words, so I wanted to use those up. Thank you so much for joining me again. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram if you don't already. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon.